Burnsall, if you don't know, is the village in Yorkshire where the whole calendar story took place. It's where all the girls lived and where all the photographs were taken just down the road. And we went back to Village Hall to fulfil this mission that we'd set ourselves, which is that if this musical's ever going to work, it's got to work in a church hall with a piano. So we went to a church hall and did it with just a piano. And the church hall happened to be the church hall where John Clark used to do amateur dramatics. The whole thing was very loaded in the middle of this village. And we wrote this song about the WI, which was the song that opened the show. And it went like this. Why do I do WI? Why do I do WI? I only started going 'cause Chris asked me if I'd go. And by asked, I mean she begged, and even then I told her no.
We peered through the window and the rear door, and all we could see were mothers-in-law.
This was not at all the future I had intended. I mean, I was Miss Yorkshire.
She was highly commended.
I came first in the swimsuit. I wasn't some middle-aged Mrs. Conventional, Mrs. Respectable, Mrs. Not more in these scones are delectable, Mrs. Traditional, rural parishioner, smelling of lavender fabric conditioner. Now, we were particularly pleased with the conditioner parishioner line, but anyway, it didn't work. Nobody liked it. It didn't set the cast didn't really like it. The audience didn't really like it.
And also, we came away from Burnsall with this pride of Yorkshire, and this is one of the big things in our show, is that the people of Yorkshire are very proud, and we wanted to give them like a hymnal start to the show.
Yeah, the key thing with that, I sent Gary this lyric, which was "Good evening, Yorkshire." That's it. The walk up to the hall when we'd done it, and this was what came back.
Good evening, Yorkshire. I'm here to tell you that all the heartache will only help you. Put on a brave face, breathe in the cold air. When you're from here, tomorrow's just another fight. Good evening, Yorkshire, raise a glass for me tonight.
And this seemed like it had a hymnal feel to it, but the tempo obviously wasn't right. The truth was, we freed up Mrs. Conventional. The Mrs. Conventional, we then thought, actually, if you put it into 3/4, bum, bum, but it starts to sound like something you might hear at a spring fete, which was really, really handy. So we could change it and use it for once every year on the first day of May. Bum, 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 bum. A little bit of talking here. England puts Englishness out on display. Bum, 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 bum. By recreating what fun used to be. Sometime around 1603. So we now had a song for spring, still no song for the start. And looming in the second act was, as Guy says, this pivotal moment where Annie takes the reins of her life. And all we had really was this song that we'd written about 2 years before for Chris, where she was going to not turn up at the conference and then berate herself for not turning up. And we had this song which was called Leave It Up To Me. We took the lyric from the previous Leave It Up To Me and put it into this one. We went,
here I am again, knowing all the ropes, knowing how to go more confidently down the slopes, learning how my stopping distance alters on the rain, so I can ignore it and plow down the back again. Knowing you presumed would start to know the game, know how to bake and not break up a family.
And then out of nowhere, for somewhere, this song threw up this bit.
She never came, she never showed. She waited for this figure to appear down the road with a hat full of experience and a handbag full of life. How to be a mother, adult, astronaut, and wife.
Now this tune we really liked, but the lyric ultimately wasn't needed as the story moved away and didn't need Chris to sing these songs. But that phrase seemed to stick with us, and we're trying to work out where where this phrase came from. And then we realised, if you speeded it up, it was a bum, ba da da dum, da 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 dum, da da ba bum, ba da da da. The little silly riff that we put in between the character's song for Eddie, the character who wasn't in the show anymore, and it was something we just really put in to join the songs, join the verses, da da bum, ba 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 bum, ba da 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 da, had kind of come back in its fullest form, and had provided us with this, the one key melody for the show. And to meet it, we had this phrase of Kilimanjaro. And Kilimanjaro is the one remnant of the song that was going to be the duet for Annie and Chris when they were arguing in the school classroom. And in a way, the fact that Chris asked Annie to tell her the answer, and Annie had enough wit and enough spark about her to give her the answer, it's in Wales, was at the heart of their friendship, because otherwise, why would this brash Chris have ever been friends with this mousy little Annie? But it seemed to sum up everything. And when the two met, it gave us this section.
And you know what? There is nothing in the pool more scary than the step up from the kitchen to the hall. There's no Mount Kilimanjaro. You can show me that place to climb it solo with some cocoa up a flight of stairs.
So much for staying with us. We it's been as fascinating for us to kind of go back. There are other stories. There's the story about how that song actually completely rescued the end of Act 1 at a time when we thought we were going to have to rewrite the whole show, but maybe that's for another day. We would just say that every time, just by coming to the show, you contribute towards Bloodwise, because of the portion of royalties goes to that charity. But there are noble people who stand outside with buckets every night, and if you've enjoyed it, feel free to show that. Otherwise, thank you for staying.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. And it's good night for me.